The Fala Festival is an annual rural event that cuts across the Igbo race of the southeast Nigeria. It is the summation of two Igbo words, Efe, which is a traditional symbol of authority, and Allah, that means the land. The Fala Festival commemorates the traditional rulers and kings. As such, it is a lavish ceremony. The event normally features homage to the king by the subjects, cultural performances by different villages that make up the community.
In essence, Igbo Chineke Ekene. For Adam 1 year in his life and on throne. That is the meaning of Igbo Fala.
We have something. We have to be proud of. We have something great to market to the world. And we like the world to come and
I need the police that can respond to emergencies fast.
I want the equipment I need to do my job. I want the police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the voice. I want a decent salary that is paid on time. With good laws,
Proper funding, training,
and cooperation, if it happens, it will happen.
Chief. Good morning, sir. You're here already?
No, now my food is there. My body is for house. What kind of question is that? Were you not the one that took this meeting for 8 a.m.? You are now coming by 10 a.m. and start asking me that question.
Not bad, Chief, now. I'm sorry. Don't you also go late for meetings sometimes? You know now, African time.
No more African time. And no more pancaking of face during office hours. At the end of the day, we will lose valuable time. We will not make progress. If we want to move this nation forward, we must treat business as business and respect time. Change begins with me.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. Can we go for the meeting now?
Later.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Hello and welcome to Nta Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. First, we begin with the news of the day. And the first story in line is Minister of Health on improving access to cancer care. Now, the details. Nigeria is strengthening its cancer care and control through collaboration with Siemens Healthineers. Minister of State for Health, Dr. Tunji Alausa, at a workshop with the partner in Abuja, said the partnership is aimed at enhancing the capabilities of cancer diagnosis, treatment, and management in the country, while addressing its critical gaps in healthcare infrastructure and expertise. Details in subsequent bulletin. Has the federal government countries to come up with the various policies to revamp the economy and enhance the quality of life of the citizenry? The Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2 in the southwestern states has stepped up its surveillance capacity to make the life unbearable for smugglers and economic saboteurs across the region. The Lagos governor of the Joint Border Patrol Team, Mohammed Shuaibu, disclosed this while intimidating journalists with the activities and successes recorded by the sector in the last 6 months in Lagos. Musa Toliat report.
Between November 2023 and April 2024, unrepentant smugglers met stonewall from unrelenting Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2 Southwest Zone, and the result is seizure of contraband goods with duty-paid value worth more than 1 billion naira. The seizures comprise foreign parboiled rice, used tires, foreign lace and clothing, frozen poultry products, second-hand cars and trucks. More than 5,000 jerrycans of premium motor spirits, also known as petrol, were impounded.
Some of them immediately when we made the arrest, they were auctioned immediately because of their inflammable and volatility nature.
The chain of business for cannabis sativa was also hampered when the Lagos coordinator of the JBPT handed over large consignments of the illicit substances to the officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Lagos and Ogun State commands.
We are not going to relent in our efforts. Our effort is, we are just beginning. If you are saying you don't want to go for legitimate business, we are out for you. Just get out of this very zone. Get out of this sector, because we will get to you and we will arrest you. And when we arrest you, we are going to prosecute you to serve as deterrent to who will be intending smugglers.
Since they have been seized, and for now we will target abandoned jobs that are not social attached to it. Once the court gives order for it to be destroyed.
The collaboration with the Nigerian Immigration Service also resulted in interception of more than 100 illegal immigrants across the southwest zone. The coordinator of the Joint Border Patrol Team, Deputy Controller Mohammed Shuaibu, says the seized goods will remain deposited in 5 government warehouses in Seme, Idiokoko, Abeokuta, Ibadan, and Ikeja, pending further directives from the headquarters of the Nigeria Customs Service. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
Nigeria will soon join countries with large fleets of compressed natural gas (CNG) vehicles, and when this is achieved, the country stands a chance of benefiting in various aspects. The federal government says its plan to deploy CNG buses and tricycles is to pave way for 1 million natural gas-powered vehicles by 2027 to reduce the use of diesel and petrol and create more jobs. Lanre Beleri takes a look at how this will improve the socio-economic development of Lagos. The report. And to the story that the last story for the day, the Lagos state government says it stands firm in its mission to nurture the rich cultural heritage, promote artistic endeavors, and propel the tourism sector forward as a cornerstone of economic development. The special advisor to the governor on tourism, arts and culture, Idris Ayegbe, said this at the press briefing on the Lagos State government collaboration tagged Lagos Tourism Niger Brand Chic Trade Fair, held at Bagwada Kaupo Press Center, Alausa Secretariat. It said the landmark collaboration, which marked a significant departure from traditional governors, serves as a pivotal catalyst for entrepreneurial community as the governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's led administration is committed promoting small and medium-scale enterprises through the trade fair.
And part of our research shows that as we are trying to get the possible on the island, we also need to be sure that we also get the capital along. And that's the more reason why we're also doing this to make sure that the Lagos islands will continue to complement and compete with each other at all times.
I am super excited. I am happy. I know that this will bring a lot of businesses, small businesses who have never had the opportunity to actually grow and scale to actually happen. Today, seeing as and coming together with Lagos and I want everyone, this is the time for all people, grassroots, I want everybody, I want to make it, I want to come together.
He said the goal of the program, which would commence on 14th and 16th of June in Lagos, is to achieve a 5 billion naira in sales, a commitment of the government's efforts of driving economic growth, prosperity, and making the state a tourism destination. And we'll be going on a short break now. After the short timeout, the news continues. Please stay tuned.
Take us into a world of casino games and find your new favorite. Play a few rounds to the left to see if lady locks on your side. Landers winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite out of the jackpot. Discover much more games on the 1xBet. Let us cheer it away.
At Solar Plastics, customers' needs are our priority. We give you all the attention you need. With us, our customers are kings. Located at Kilometer 40, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, Ijoko, Ogun State. Solar Plastics Limited is just a phone call away. Contact us 8080 27835332. You can reach us through any of our lines on social media handles. Solar Plastics Limited. Come, let us treat you like a king.
Davido, you've been nominated in multiple award categories. How do you stay winning?
Simple. Keep my eyes on the game.
Welcome back. We apologize for the breaking transmission. If you're just joining us, you're watching Nta Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. Now to the story that made headlines during the week. We started the week by bringing a report that does on the involvement of terrorism in Africa and how relevant players on the side of the state must equally evolve more comprehensive and innovative approaches towards combating terrorism on the continent. This was the common ground of the leaders at the high-level African counter-terrorism meeting held in Abuja. President Bola Tinubu, who declared the meeting opened, his counterparts from Ghana and Togo believe the counter-terrorism solution must be all-encompassing. The report.
Nigeria remains firmly committed to fighting terrorism and violent extremism. They are our most urgent national security threat. Our counter-terrorism capabilities have been enhanced through enactment of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act, establishing a National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC. We have and will continue to take bold steps in safeguarding our nation and the wider region. Our security forces continue to demonstrate great courage, dedication, and bravery in fighting against terrorism. I salute them. Often at great personal risk, I am grateful to the selfless work and sacrifice of these patriotic men and women. They are the best of the best.
We also brought you a report that the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, to join forces with the Nigerian government in tackling the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, as well as trafficking of illicit drugs from Libya to Nigeria. The minister stated this when he had audience with a delegation of Libyan National Security Agency on the sideline of the high-level African counter-terrorism meeting in Abuja. The Libyan delegation, led by the General Mohammed Zain, also discussed other security issues affecting both countries, including sharing of intelligence that would assist in policy planning between the two countries. Still on the continent, there was a report during the week that accountability framework for enhancement of compliance with human rights tenets in peacekeeping operations is now a standard practice as formulated by the United Nations. This was necessitated the African Union and ECOWAS to evaluate that joint regional framework to bring it at par with global practices. Kelvin Ebebuaye report.
Meeting of the Strategic Steering Committee of the AU, EU, United Nations and ECOWAS Partnership Project for compliance with international accountability protocols for troops during peacekeeping operations at the continental and regional levels. For ECOWAS, the review is coming in handy at a time the regional body is about to operationalize its standby force to combat terrorism in affected countries. While pledging continued support for AU and ECOWAS missions, the UN and EU are concerned about human rights abuses, and this review of the Code of Operation is aimed at eliminating factors that make such behavior by troops to thrive.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just declared open a high-level meeting on counter-terrorism, and the effort is that
we need champions to fight the fight against terrorism. But in fighting the fight against terrorism, the African Union and its partners, ECOWAS and all other RECs, are saying clearly that the mainstreaming of human rights will be central to the fight against terrorism. The UN has adopted a resolution 2719, which enjoins the UN to support African-led peace operations with access contribution. Access contribution meaning the monies member states contribute to the UN. So will be automatically 75% of it will be dedicated, to African-led peace operation.
At the end of the three-day meeting, the current AU ECOWAS document on protection of civilians and code of rules of engagement for troops first used in Somalia peacekeeping missions will be amended. In Abuja, Kelvin Oronari, NTA News.
In a related development, the Nigerian Army opened a seminar in Abia State to educate social media influencers, bloggers, and other stakeholders in the media industry on curtailing negative content on social media. Ikechukwu Udukwe reports.
A shared responsibility backed upon by the Nigerian Army. Nta Ch10 in its series, it is an effort at sensitizing media practitioners, bloggers, online media influencers on the don'ts that actually undermine national security.
First lecture we have heard now, we have noticed that there are things we will do that will cause us problems that can send us to jail, so we just have to be careful.
Enhancing national security through the responsible use of social media entails that operators do not spread fake news, fear, misfire, distort news of responsible information, among others. Brigadier General Bolakeji, in a keynote address, says such harmful practices could lead to crisis.
Our collective mission is to combat the pernicious influence of fake news, hate speeches, and divisive content propagated through technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, voice modulation, video editing, among others.
This also part of the forum to efficiently feed the useful and productive talent who are domiciled in the Southeast region.
Immediately Hassan Officer Commanding 82 Division Nigerian Army Enugu urged social media practitioners to be patriotic and avoid posts that depict the nation in a bad light. Given is a non-kinetic effort of the Nigerian Army to maintain national security. NTA News.
The menace of local government boys also came into focus earlier in the week, and Lagos State government is asking Lagosians to report any official of the 57 local government and council development areas arresting motorists for violating traffic rules, saying only officials of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, have the right to impound vehicles and arrest violators. The state government, through the Commissioner for Transportation, Oluseun Oshiemi, gave the clarification while answering questions after presenting the achievements of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in the transportation sector since 2019 on the first day of the 2024 ministerial press briefing held at Bagwada Press Center, Alausa Secretariat, Ikeja. Participants at the briefing has raised questions on activities of local government officials who impound vehicles and arrest motorists at the wheel and charge them exorbitant fines before their vehicles are released. Still on the story that make headlines during the week, countries celebrated World Malaria Day with the theme accelerating the fight against malaria for a more equitable world. The renewed calls for concerted efforts by Nigeria World Health Organization and other partners to intensify efforts to combat malaria within their borders. Uche Ugochukwu reports.
Nigeria, burdened with malaria for decades, has been intensifying efforts to eliminate and control the disease through multiple strategies of prevention, treatment, and community engagement. Malaria remaining a leading cause of morbidity and mortality, especially among under 5 children and pregnant women, these efforts underscore the government's commitment to combating the public health challenge. With the slogan, "Let's change the narrative now," Nigerian government, supported by various partners, promised to do more.
More needs to be done because now we have what we call the perfect storm that is facing also resistance against our medication, resistance against our commodities.
Through surveillance, innovative intervention, and so the health system will save countless lives and reduce untold suffering.
We are working to empower every person, community, and country to be an equal, valued, and essential partner in the fight against malaria.
Please be assured that our collective work in building up a more equitable future that will be malaria-free is assured.
The concerted efforts are aimed at improving access to quality healthcare services, particularly in rural and underserved areas where malaria incidence is highest. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
This is where we will draw the curtain for the news tonight. Once again, thanks for joining us. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. A very good evening to you.
Take us into a world of casino games and find your new favorite. Play a few rounds of roulette to see if Lady Locks on your side. Plan those winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite. For that jackpot, discover much more games on the 1xBet. We're spot you in a way.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? The start starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement rather than taste.
Davido, you've been nominated in multiple award categories. How do you stay winning?
Simple. Keep my eyes on the game.